to a Winter Wonderland edition of our Victory Garden series, and it's a lovely day to spend in the garden, Doug.
Perfect day to be in the garden. We had about 10 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And we're going to have so much fun because we're actually, believe it or not, under this snow, we're going to harvest some of the stuff that we planted earlier in our Victory Garden. What would you like to start with?
Well, you told me we have the radishes and then some of the cole crops, so I think we should start with the radishes and then dig into our cole crops and see what we find.
See that lump right there?
Yeah.
That's where the radishes are.
Can you imagine? There's something under there that's edible. Go ahead.
All right, Ashley, I think this is where the radishes
Wonderful.
are. And I've been waiting for you to come so that we could look at them, but I didn't expect to be harvesting under
this much snow. Well, I'm going to make you do all the work here.
Oh, I see them
Look
already.
at that.
I see them already.
All that green. This
Look
is
at
insane.
This is awesome. So this is a winter radish called China Rose. And look at the size of that thing.
Wow.
This is specifically bred. Oops, that didn't really head up. To grow, oh, there it is, right there.
Wow.
To grow in the winter, and snow is actually a great insulator, believe it or not.
Okay.
And so I'd been watching
I'll believe you.
I've been watching these over the last few weeks and thinking, okay, it's getting to be time, and this is going to be so much fun. Now, for Christmas, I think I'm going to need to get you some waterproof garden pants.
And gloves.
And I need a pretty harvest basket.
Okay.
All I have is the old plastic bag from Shop and Save.
Okay, I think I can manage that for you, Doug.
One more in here. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that a beauty?
That's awesome.
All right, next up, over to the cold frame.
Yes.
All right, do you remember what's in here?
Yes, our kale and lettuces.
Over there.
Kale, lettuces. Did we do some onions in this one?
Lettuce, onions, and I can't remember what else. I've never
Let's
harvested
find out.
under there with this much snow on here, so let's see if I can get it open. And oh, look at that.
I need one of these setups. This is glorious.
Well, you know what? Next year, let's set that up in the spring at your garden.
Oh, I won't stop you.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. Look at that.
So, yeah, we do have some kale in here.
Yeah,
right.
a little bit. See?
And onions, and all we're going to do
is chop her up for a salad.
Yep, that's going to be today's salad. I'm just going to take one of these heads. I like to keep them out here, something out here as long as possible.
Yeah.
And then maybe a little bit of kale, too. These kale, actually, they've come back. These were eaten almost all the way down when they were out here.
Oh, that's right, from the deer.
Yeah, something
or
that
something.
got in here. All right, that'll get us started. Let's get those inside. Our next job is we're actually going to plant some microgreens.
I love microgreens.
So that we can have something to eat all winter long on the windowsill.
So nutritious, too. It's just an awesome addition to your salad, which we have started right here. Wonderful. Right. We'll see you inside.
Well, we're back into the balmy greenhouse. It is 40 degrees in here, which is nice.
It is nice. I'm not worried that I don't have gloves now.
Changed hats to my
Bob
ball cap, Bob X ball cap. And microgreens are the easiest thing there is to grow. And
I love them. And what I love about microgreens is it sounds so fancy. Like, ooh, microgreens. Like you have to buy a specific seed pack that says microgreens. That is not true. We have radish here, and we have basil, which are just typical, your standard basil and radish packs.
When you're sprouting seeds in water, you need special seeds. But when you're sprouting in soil, you can use any seeds that you want to.
Soil like pit moss is great for it.
Oh, this is the best stuff for it. Now, I already had a little bit of soil in the bottom here, but I put pit moss on top of it. This is a thing called a Sheffin microgreen grower. I've had them for a couple years. Now, you don't have to use this fancy thing.
Yeah.
I like this because there's a tray underneath to catch the water. But what I set up for you is just a standard pot with a little saucer underneath it.
And I see you wetted the
media
down.
Put a little bit of water on there. We don't need much. And you can see here that I planted some just a couple days ago.
Wow, look at that.
They're already sprouting up, and you don't need any special lighting. You just put them on the windowsill. They'll come up. You can oftentimes cut them down.
Yeah.
They might come back again, but you just keep planting all winter long.
And when you're sowing, you can be pretty generous with
sowing. Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about spacing.
I'm going to be using, none of that. I'm going to be using the entire packet here, and my favorite is radishes, but you could use radishes, anything from the cole crop family, which is kale, broccoli, cabbage. but herbs too. And which one are you going to do, kale or
Basil.
The
Basil, yes.
And these little itty bitty basils. The thing about microgreens are they're very sweet, they're very tender, and they're highly nutritious.
Take my glasses off.
Super nutritious.
Absolutely, and they're a wonderful addition to like your salads, adding in like going through and just with scissors, cutting off the microgreens and just tossing them into your regular salad. It's an amazing way to get nutrition into your diet.
And the flavor is unmatched because they are just coming right from the soil.
Yeah. So it has all that good stuff still right there. It hasn't grown too far, so it's still packing in a lot of that nutrition.
Here's all I'm doing. I'm just sprinkling, and they can be as tight as you want them to be. Like I said, I'm using the whole packet here. And in just a few days, these will be up, and we will be picking. And I'm just going to kind of push them down. You're going to throw your basil?
Yeah,
just put them in there. And
I'm trying to use your technique. I don't know if it's working with my big coat.
And in my case, whenever we plant seeds, we need to keep this pit moss moist until they sprout. And to do that, that's why I kind of like this little chefing microgreen grower. There's a little plastic thing on here, but what we're going to do for yours is we're just going to, this old dry cleaner bag, I use these all the time. You can put this anywhere. It doesn't.
How about like a saran wrap? Does it have to have a lot of oxygen?
Anything like that. Anything like that. No, you just need to keep that wet.
Okay.
And then they're going to sprout in a few days. We'll take that off. Then it'll go on the windowsill.
Okay.
And then you'll start picking.
So when it sprouts, we take it to the seal, and then once we start seeing a bunch of greens, and you'll see it's like a thick, like carpet of greenery that comes up. That then you know you can go up and start enjoying it.
And so you could, like in this situation here, I got these going. Now I got these going. I'll harvest this one, and then replant this, and then I'll harvest this, and we'll go back and forth. So you could do the same thing with a couple different pots on the windowsill.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a good way, again, to extend your gardening season. It's cold outside, but you can still be growing. Never stop growing. All right. Well, we'll meet you back outside where it's nice and cold and snowy. We'll see ya. Well, we are back out here in the garden to bid you farewell this holiday season. We wish you all a very Merry Christmas or Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. And Doug, I cannot wait to get my hands on some of those radishes.
I'm sending some of these home with you. And we also have to thank our videographer. He doesn't mind at all coming out in the snow. Thank you so much. He does mind. We'll see you next time.
I thought one snowball we agreed
I'm getting out of here, Ashley.